Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet down to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've caught 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught 'em twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. Conquered the game, Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
Big Cheese Thrifts, That Transition Maker, Johto, Jerry, Dragonic. Welcome on in, everybody. Today's got to be the day, right? Let's go ahead and get started. How was everybody's week? Everyone have a good week? Anybody been playing some Mario Kart World? Anybody going to be playing some Mario Kart World with a couple friends later on today? Gina, good morning. Gina, thanks again for all the help yesterday. Gina was kind enough to trade me some base cards I needed for a couple of sets in TCG Pocket. So that was very generous. Your week was long. I'm sorry to hear that. Matthew, good morning. Matthew, when does the vacation start? 95th Shalfa. Oh my goodness gracious. And what was the 95th one? Week was also long. Seems like everyone had a long week. Monday, okay. Are you all packed? Are you ready to go? You got your suitcase by the door? Hisuian Sneasel, very nice. That'd be a good Shalfa. I still need to get a female Hisuian Sneasel shiny in a Premier Ball. And then I need to get another one to evolve into Sneasler. I don't know. I haven't done any Masudas in Scarlet and Violet since I got the Switch 2. I don't know if maybe somehow that will make it more fun. I don't see how it could, but Song and Dance so much you can get it done like 15 minutes. 15 minutes, that's a long song. What is that, like Inagata Vita? American Pie? Bohemian Rhapsody? Which song? Freebird? Yep. Good call. Good call. I didn't think about Freebird. Yeah, I had a long week as well, and then when I would get home from work, I'd be all like exhausted and cranky and sleepy, and this is literally the first time I've touched the Switch 2 since since last weekend. Mighty Munchkin, what's going on? Good to see ya. And Gina for the 9 months of membership. Quite a deep and thought-provoking message, Gina. Thank you so much. Let's get some hype for Gina. Played Rocket League last night. Friends, the game makes you twitchy. I've seen some people play Rocket League. I can't figure out what the heck's going on. Mino, what is up? Good to see you, my friend. Officially double odds on this dang dino. What the heck? Whoops. Dang it, I keep doing that. Tell it to be nice to you, Matthew. Tell it, hey now. Stop it. Headed to the library. Look at Gina going out, being a great human being, doing some volunteer work, helping the kids. Gina, go make us all proud today. Controls are simple. It's all just precision-based movements around a bouncy ball. It's just wild. Phantom event begins shortly at 10 a.m. And what does that entail? Tell me all about Dragonic. You know how bad I am with keeping up on Pogo stuff. I rely on you. Brooke, good morning. Dang, Matthew out here taking pot shots early in the morning. Can you ask a very random question? Of course you can. Now, I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to answer it, but you can certainly ask. Where have I been? If you're not part of the Discord, you may not know this, but I had some computer issues last weekend, so that's why I didn't stream on Sunday. But I think it's all fixed now. Hopefully, we'll see. Yes, Gina, very good friend of mine told me last night that Intellion raids are this weekend. Twilight, haven't seen him in a while. You kind of miss him. I do too. I know that Airy, one of our fantastic mods, you all know Airy. I know Airy is good friends with Twilight. I did also see a random Twilight sighting in Razzy's stream last week. So I think he's doing well. I think he might just be focusing on things other than his YouTube channel, which is completely understandable. Kids are still up from last night. What the heck, Brooke? What did y'all get up to yesterday? Your output of precision is basically wacky wild inflatable arm guy. Oh my goodness. John Streckert, what is going on, my friend? Good to see you. You didn't hit the pillow until 1:30 a.m. My goodness. I went to bed a little after 11, and then for some reason I woke up at 4:30, which was really weird because I was having a dream. I've been having a lot of very intense and vivid dreams lately because of this new medication that I'm on. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. And I can't remember specifically what the dream was about, but I remember that somebody said like, "What even time is it?" And I was like, "It's like 4 in the morning." And a little bit after that, I woke up and I looked at my phone and it was 4:30. I was like, "Wow, I have a pretty good internal clock." You got a Pokemon question? What's that, Mighty Munchkin? I will help if I can. It's funny seeing people around the internet. Where else would they be? And you're making them stay up so they can fix their sleep. Good job. Get them back on that cycle. Benadryl dreams hit different. I can't remember the last time I had Benadryl. What is going on, Illumineer opening 24? How are you today? I think I'm just gonna call you Harrison if that's alright. If you reset a fossil, so as long as you say before you give the fossil to the fossil guy, yes. If you save after you give the fossil to the fossil guy, no. Actually, in Let's Go, it's immediate, isn't it? You don't have to wait and come back. You'll be back, but you have to go. All right, Transition Maker, we'll be here. I also watched a movie last night. It's a movie that Matthew Snyder was talking about a few days ago in Chem's stream, and some people were talking about it, and I didn't know it existed. But I watched a horror movie called Clown, and that was a movie that I watched. Gina, you have all the good karma in the world. Shiny Cornholio, good morning. Need to go find some old amber. Yeah, just I can't remember exactly how you reset the checks in Cerulean Cave, but that's where you'll get them. There's a couple of particular sparkling spots that will give you fossils. I can't remember which ones they are. Need old amber, just get dice art in here. That's right. I got yelled at for that yesterday. I got a message after work yesterday from old Amber saying, "Hey, you called me old Amber." Premise was fun, but the execution was boring. I was digging it. I guess I don't know if "digging" is the right word. I thought it was decent. Up until the third act, then certain aspects, plot wise and logic wise, kind of fell apart. But I mean, I'm glad I watched it, and I thought the effects were pretty cool. Drillbur Reinhorn? What's Reinhorn? Drillbur? What's Drillbur? Drillbur, Rhyhorn, Duskull, Gothsta, Phantup, Arkin, Golet, Skarubi, Rufflet, and Grievard not shiny will appear in the wild. Ooh, I think I need a few of those. I think I need an Arkin. Crap, I think I left it on there too long. Definitely need Drillbur. I need a couple more Gothita. I think I'm good on Phantom. I need Skarupi and I need one Rufflet. So lots of things for me. I'm doing pretty well, Harrison. How you doing? Think your Pokeluck needs to recharge. Hasn't been the same since Gmax Snorlax. Well, hopefully it'll happen this weekend. You need Phantump? I might need Phantump. I might be in my head confusing Pokemon Go with like main game. I can't remember if I have Phantump and Trevenant Shiny in Pokemon Go. I might not. I can't remember. Pentiment lackluster, doing what they can to hype up GoFest. Yeah, that's at the end of the month, right? That's what, is that 2 weeks from today? Yeah, I personally don't care too much about the GMAX stuff. Every weekend I whine and complain about how there's no one in my area, my local area, that does GMAX stuff. So, well, I mean, there's no one that really plays Pokemon Go, so I kind of give up on it. Peekaboo, what's going on, Villy? Happy Saturday to you. How was work yesterday? June 20th and 29th. Okay, yeah, so 2 weeks from today. Dragged one of your non-Pogo friends with you and you're explaining how the raids work, and bam, first read was shiny. Isn't that always seem to be the way? You know how to fix that? How cheese? How do you fix that? Move. Okay, I will just sell my house, move to a new place, get a new job, so that I can have more people to do in-person raids with on Pokemon Go. You can remote raid Gmaxes, yes, and remote raids cost money. I don't feel like doing that. Gmax Zard probably outperforms Gmax Cinderace, and you're positive, not even checking that Gmax Kingler outperforms Gmax Inteleon, so you're not missing much. Plus, they can't even be shiny, that's true. I was happy to get a not one but two Houndours the other day using my daily incense so that I could get Houndour and Houndoom over into Pokemon Home. Work is pretty okay. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic, Billy. I get to hang out with all of you. What a better way to start a weekend than to hang out with all of y'all. Oh, I know it would be a better way. Hanging out with all of y'all and the Articuno actually shining. If we do get an early shine Articuno today, we're going to switch over to, pun I guess intended, Switch over to Violet and see if I can get more female shiny Torchics. Did I say Articuno? I've been watching chem streams too much. I meant Aerodactyl. Obviously, I meant Aerodactyl. I'm just dumb. Is the Articuno in the room with us? Actually, no. I don't have an Articuno. They're both kind of purple. Yes, Articuno is my favorite purple Pokemon. New meds got me messed up, apparently. Can be dumb together. Finally, Jerry has someone to be dumb with. Whoa, Gina. Way too early in the morning for yard work. How am I the light goal? I'm always the first light goal. You're just never here this early, Gina. But yeah, every stream when I set up the stream, I set the first light goal. And I decided to use the confused Psyducks today because of two reasons. One, I want to support my poor friend Chem Nation who hasn't gotten the Articuno yet. And two, because our dear friend Carly May is currently doing her big 6K sub streamabration. I don't know. So I just want to give a little shout out to Carly. Dang it. Why do I keep doing that? Yes, be like, oh, I'm not throwing shade, Gina. I'm not throwing shade. I would never make anyone feel bad for not being here at the beginning of the stream, particularly in the US, because 9 a.m. is already fairly early for a Saturday morning. But then when you start talking about time zones and you're talking about 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m., that would just be straight up rude of me if I were to make anyone feel bad for not being here at the beginning. Yeah, I saw that Mighty Munchkin. I saw there's a code where you can get Wolf Glick's Incineroar, which is pretty cool. Michael or Roman, what's going on? Good morning to you. Jerry being here at 6:30 is time is commitment. Oh yeah, yeah. Jerry has to be here. He doesn't get a choice. Burliest Shorts, what is up? And there's our new light goal. Thank you so much, Dragonic. And thank you all for the likes. You want to be like Jerry when you grow up? So do I. Ali, what's going on? Good to see you. 9:40 a.m. for you. We're same time zone, Michael. Same time zone. Raymond, what's up? Welcome in. How do I multi-system hunt? Oh my gosh, it is such a... You know what? Sometimes, I don't know. My brain's usually not big enough to do this. But so, with the bottom screen, the Pokemon's Shield, I'm playing down the Switch, and I have capture cards set up, plugged into the computer. For the top screen, the Ultra Sun, I am using an emulation program that I took my save file from my cartridge and I put it on the computer and playing on that. And then I'm using a Pro controller for the Ultra Sun, and then I'm just using the Switch 2 Joy-Cons for the Shield. One hand each, and I don't know how my brain can keep up. It certainly didn't when I first started this. Tyler, what's my favorite Pokemon? It's this guy right here, Poliwhirl. What's your favorite Pokemon? And welcome on in. Great day, shiny hunts. Rain over here. Same. Absolute same. It's gonna rain for like the next 6 days. We had like 1.5 days of sun today, or today, this week. Thankfully, I did use one of those days to mow the lawn because it was becoming a jungle. Johto Jerry is who he is today because he washes his legs. That's good. Shiny Charizard, that's a really good shiny. Both of them, whether we're talking the current black Charizard or the original Gen 2 purple Charizard, both amazing shinies. We do have a sub goal this weekend of 2110. I'm hoping we can hit 2110 on the sub count this week. Michael, okay. Michael, you are about maybe 2 hours from me. Whoops, I didn't see what that was. I'm very familiar with Allentown. I have some friends that live in Allentown and Easton and Bethlehem. Gina, have a great day doing volunteer work. I'm very proud of you. Hear me nice until about 2, then rain, 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 rain. Yeah, I woke up to rain this morning. It's not raining at the moment, but it's threatening. Like, there's just like nothing but rain clouds to the sky, and the clouds are like, just, look at me cross-eyed, and I'm going to start pouring down rain. So I didn't look at them cross-eyed. 45, 45, that's a good number. That'd be a good one to get shiny on. Nope. I don't know why this hunt is taking so long. Sending rain your way? Oh, thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that. First YouTuber is actually nearby. Uh, yeah, I know there's a couple of YouTubers in Pennsylvania. There's another one that might be a little closer. I'm not gonna give you too much specifics because I don't want to like dox someone else. But there's another fantastic Pokemon YouTuber named Game Boyd, and he's probably even a little bit closer to you than I am. Have any legendary Pokemon Shield? Yeah. So I have all the I I didn't hunt all of them in Sword and Shield, but all the legendaries that are in Dynamax Adventures, I have all those shiny. I did hunt for Zygarde, Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma, and all the Tapus in Shield. And then non-shiny, I have all the legendaries there are in Sword and Shield. The rain is menacing. Uh-oh. Can you see them? Unfortunately, Tyler, right now I have them in Pokemon Home. But I'll tell you what, if we manage to get, because I haven't even fired up Home on the Switch 2 yet. If we manage to get the Aerodactyl today, I need to throw some shinies in Pokemon Home anyway, and then we can go take a look at Pokemon Home. How big is my Pokemon game collection? I'm glad you asked. Because if I get a little bit out of the way, you can actually see this shelf right here is all my Pokemon games. It's all the mainline games except for Sapphire. I used to have Sapphire, but I gave it to a roommate. So I need to buy another copy of Sapphire. But it's all the Gen 1 through Gen 9 games. Um, it's some of the spin-offs. It's two of the Ranger games, all of the Mystery Dungeon games except for the one on the Switch. Uh, Pokemon U Snap, Pokemon Conquest. But yeah, and I was thinking about it today. I was looking a little bit online yesterday. I think I'm gonna try and reclaim an original Game Boy, like the original gray brick. I gave that to a friend in college after I got my Game Boy Color, and I think I'd like to get the old brick. And they're thankfully not too expensive. Do I have the Shiny Charm? I do. I do have the Shiny Charm in both games. However, for the top one, for Ultra Sun, Shiny Charm does not affect the hunt. Shiny Charm will not affect any gift Pokemon, which I almost said again, which Aerodactyl is considered. You're at work, you pop it in and out. All right, sounds good, Billy. Have a great day at work. Conquest, aka the greatest game ever. I'll tell you what, I was hardcore into Conquest for the first like maybe 2 or 3 weeks I had it, and then I don't think I've touched it since. I don't even know what year did Conquest come out. I thought it was kind of neat because it was kind of like a Final Fantasy Tactics, but with Pokemon. But for me, at the time, it kind of just got repetitive. Favorite Pokemon game? So picking a favorite Pokemon game for me is like trying to pick a favorite ice cream. At the end of the day, it's still ice cream, which is awesome. But if I had to pick a favorite, I would probably say Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Um, I really liked Alola, and I probably spent more hours in Alola than anything else, other than arguably Kanto. If you combine, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, um, and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Now they say that, yeah, I probably spent more time in Kanto, but Gen 7. Surprising answer. It's not the most popular answer, but it's an honest answer. I love it. I really enjoy it. I like the layout. I like the idea of the totems instead of the gym leaders. I love SOS hunting. Your favorite is Pokemon and zombies. What's going on, Hefty Dad? Good morning to you. Hope you had a nice time at dinner last night. Which they remade Heart Gold. I don't think that's crazy, and I think it's eventually going to happen. I think eventually we're gonna get to the point where there's an additional remake. I mean, you could argue that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were a third remake of Gen 1s, so I can see it happening. Pokemon holding Shiny Charm. Well, Shiny Charm isn't a holdable item for the Pokemon. As long as you have it in your bag, it'll work. You don't even have to like charge it up or nothing. That dead deck really thinks he wants to stay dead. He doesn't want to shine at all. Someone is silly. Good to see you, and you're absolutely right. I don't know why this is taking so long. Need to get you a copy of Conquest. How much do those go for even? Also, Mantine Matt. Good morning to you. This is a me thing. It's not a anyone else thing. I'm confusing myself now by having two Matts as mods, and until just this moment, I thought you were Matthew Snyder. I don't know why, because I'm dumb. Which Let's Go had a bit more added to post game. I agree. I agree. I mean, I think like the whole idea of the trainers afterwards. I can't remember what they were called, but like how like each trainer had like a particular Pokemon, and you had to do like a one-on-one battle. I thought that was a neat concept, but yeah, other than that and the Mewtwo, there really wasn't any post game stuff. I'm doing great, thank you, Matthew. Completing box is like 70 or 80. Okay. Yeah, Mino, please go ahead, share some work. And if anybody is able to click on links, I suggest you click on the upcoming link and check out Mino's work. He's a fantastic artist. I know that typically on shorts, you can't click on links, but if you're on desktop, you have a chance. You're hunting Nidoqueen and Shield right now, and Giratina and Platinum. Very cool. Good luck with both of those hunts. All right, let me take a look here, Mino. Oh, wow, Mino. Yeah, those Sonic pictures are really good. It's so cool to see you growing as an artist in real time. Master trainers, that's what they were called, yeah. More of green. That's true. That was a little added thing with Mewtwo that lasted for about 5 minutes, but that was neat. That reminds me, I want to check out my Platinum game. I can't remember if I still have the insert for Rotom, but I just found out recently that there were different Rotom inserts. Like you could get different ones. Here we go. Here's my Platinum. Let's see if it still has the Rotom inserts. It does not. I threw away everything except for the manual. Oh well. Well, that was a bust. According to Shiny's Jerry, yeah, like your Platinum could have one of 5 different inserts. Whether it was wash, fan, mow, frost, or heat. Have to go do some other stuff, but Hefty Mom just got home and she'll be lurking on the stream in case you need anything. Sounds good, Hefty Dad. Any terror happen with anyone? Not me, someone silly. Actually, I typically have pretty decent luck on Friday the 13th, and yesterday was a pretty decent day. With Switch 2 coming out, you found a super deal on the Scarlet Violet OLED and snagged it. Nice! Congrats. Really happy with the Sonic drawings. 3 of them were copied, but the other 2 made entirely independently. That's really neat. Love the colors on the Kokomi drawings. Yeah. Yeah, the colors look really good. Do I have a Discord? We do have a Discord. Michael, are you on mobile or are you on desktop? If you tell me the answer to that, I will tell you how best to get there. Well, if you're on desktop, there's the link. You can just click on that. If you're on mobile, okay, you're on mobile. Here's what I want you to do. Also, that sub count just went up. If that was you, please let me know. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to my channel and go to another live stream, any previous live stream. If you go to any previous live stream in the description will be a link to the Discord. You should be able to click on it there. For some stupid reason, in the mobile, what's the word I'm looking for? The mobile shorts layout. They make links unclickable, which is stupid. But if you go to format, thank you, format. But if you go to a previous stream, it's no longer in the shorts format. It's in the standard format, and then links do work. NAIC is almost on. What time does that come on? Ran into a live just now off of shorts. Thank you for letting me know that, Michael. I'm always curious to find out how people get here, and that's good to know. It's good to hear that shorts is still sending some people this way. JDX, you got the shiny Kyogre. Congratulations. I know that was taking you a while. You're ready to get that. That's awesome. They disable links on shorts due to safety reasons with virus links and that kind of stuff. You know, I've heard that, but it doesn't really make too much sense to me because I can watch a regular format stream on my phone and click on those links. Like, the only difference is just the format. Not nearly as head to wall inducing as a Kecleon. Fair. Oh, come on, Aerodactyl. Was that a shiny? No, it wasn't. Don't tell me that. Got a shiny arrow and go yesterday. Congratulations, Seaweed. Oh, gotcha. I can understand that. Way work. Blessed weekend, everyone. Enjoy your Father's Day tomorrow. Michael, thank you so much. Very nice to meet you. Hope to see you around again. We'll be streaming the same time tomorrow and most Saturdays and Sundays, unless things happen like my computer acts up or I don't feel like it. But yeah, Saturdays and Sundays this time. Hope to see you again. Gravitational implosion, exactly. I'm not gonna lie, that's happened before. Oh, or a gravitational implosion. I thought that was your funny way of saying like I'm too lazy to move. Like I'm just stuck. Have off Sunday, Monday, so you'll be back. Sweet. Got big plans with the little one tomorrow. Nice. What are you and the little man tyke doing? Would it have been funny? Of course it would have. You're always funny. Got another copy of Shiny Charizard when your one free pack open today. Lucky. I still don't have a Shiny Charizard. How much does an authentic copy of Soul Silver go for now? And where do you get one? You just need one more Gen 4 game, then you have all Gen 4. I'm going to let someone else in the chat answer that question. I'm not very good at what the going rate of games are. With very few exceptions, all my games were purchased for MSRP when they first came out. There's only a couple that I had to buy after the fact, and they were some big ones. Like I didn't have Emerald, I didn't have White 2, so I had to buy those on secondary market. But there you go, Big Cheese Thrifts, great guy, knows all about the market. He's a great one to ask about pricing. He's saying 140-ish. Going to your favorite game, movie, comic, toy store? That sounds awesome. Complete in box 180 plus? Okay. Big Cheese, how much? I'm going to assume it's costly, but how much would just the Heart Gold big box cost? Just the box itself, the big cardboard box. Hassan, what's going on? Good to see you. Just roundabout. I'm not going to hold you like to the dollar. Give me a range. People are complaining about Mario Kart World being $80 and an old Pokemon game is more than double the price of Mario Kart World. Well, I mean, both those things are true. I'm not sure if I would really compare the two. I will say I'm not complaining about Mario Kart World being $50. I was happy with that. Around 20-ish? That's not bad. Oh, Big Cheese is saying no, not 20-ish. Yeah, I guess the problem isn't so much that how do I put this? It's probably as more of a supply issue than anything else, right? I would imagine like it's the fact that there's not going to be like I mean just like Matthew and I are saying there's not going to be a lot of people that are just going to sell that box. So it's probably more of an issue of actually finding it. Because I mean any Pokemon game you can find tons of copies. I mean if money's no object, you have no problem finding a Pokemon game that you want. Whereas I think with the box the issue is more going to be how few are being listed. You've been finding boxes and stuff around that price for games? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't need it, but I mean, I do have the Soul Silver box. I think it would be kind of, nice just to have the Heart Gold one as well. I'm assuming you're in the same position, Cheese. There's a big box that's crushed right now for 80. Oh my gosh. No way. Got a Japanese one for 16. Why is it that it seems like the vast majority of the time, anything Pokemon related, like, okay, I shouldn't say anything Pokemon related. When it comes to like video games, when it comes to Pokemon video games, that the Japanese version seems to be so much cheaper. Landon, what's going on? Good to see you. Name the Aerodactyl Dead Dactyl. The next encounter should be shiny. Trust you. Okay. All right. I'll trust you. Complete in box heart gold goes for 250 plus. Dang. That's wild. Because they produce a ton of them. Is it really just supply issues? I mean, I know that Pokemon is huge over in Japan, but I would just think just population wise, I would think that half the U.S. print runs are half. Dang. Now is it the same thing with the cards too? Because it seems like, I mean, I know like virtually nothing about cards, but it seems to me like the Japanese cards are usually cheaper as well. A lot lower demand. I mean, I guess that's true. You're happy because you're done with school for the year? Nice. Congratulations, Landon. I was thinking about buying a Pokemon Green. You just pulled a shiny Pidgeot. Congratulations, Hassan. Yeah, we'll be opening up some packs. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, that's right. We started half an hour late. We'll be opening up some packs. I'll still do it at the same time. We'll be opening up some packs in about 20 minutes. Japanese cards are manufactured much more consistently than the American cards. Okay, gotcha. It's getting just as wild over there as it is here. That's crazy. I'm so happy I'm not big into the cards. I like looking at the cards. I'm just happy I don't collect the cards. Switch hunts from Nihilego to Kyurem? Well, I hope you get that Kyurem soon. Sir Ralph McCutts, good morning to you. Also bigger over there than here. I mean, I would imagine that, yeah. Guaranteed hit rates don't help with the price. Guaranteed hit rates, that's wild. Your condition is better, making 9s and 10s much more common. Huh. You guys teach me so much. This is wild. I don't really like talking too in depth about YouTube analytics, but I knew last Saturday was going to be a lighter stream. I just figured with the Switch 2 out, people would either be playing the Switch 2 or they'd be watching Switch 2 streams. But the crazy thing is, we've already surpassed the number of views on this stream than we did last Saturday, which is insane. Mewtwo, how's your day going? We also need a new light goal. Can I please get a light goal for 35? Thank you, someone silly. Well, I get your Galarian Bird and Pogo? No way! Congratulations, which one was it? Summer 2, more and more schools laying out for the summer. True, true. It's just, I mean, I didn't say anything last weekend because I didn't want to sound ungrateful, but I was shocked while we were streaming last Saturday at how low the views were. Loops, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Moltres, nice. Let me get a general feel here. From those of you that play Pokemon Go and use the daily incense, and you see the Galarian birds, how often do you guys see an Articuno compared to the other two? Because I know Chem Nation's been having a lot of trouble trying to find Articuno. I myself have seen a ton of Moltres and Zapdos, but I've only ever seen one Articuno. What about all y'all? Japanese sets usually have a smaller pool of cards per set on the amount and a set amount of guaranteed hits in the booster boxes and everything. So X amount of hits for a smaller pool means they're less rare. Yeah, that makes sense. so entertaining. This the fact that my numbers. Are you saying that I wasn't entertaining last Saturday, Big Cheese? Articuno and Zapdos are your rarest encounters of the three. Yeah, I would say so. I see Moltres the most, followed by Zapdos, followed by one Articuno. Thankfully, I had a Master Ball on me when I saw the Articuno. You have a birthday, but just here to wish you luck and leave a like. Are you going to a birthday, Slowpoke, or is it your birthday? You've been seeing a lot of Articunos. You've caught two. Zapdos is by far the rarest for you. You've only seen like 3 this year. Interesting. So Mewtwo sees a lot of Articunos. I am wondering if it's a regional thing. Because Matthew, I would say like if you looked at latitudes, Matthew, I would say that you, Chem, and I are probably in the same general band. It's your dad's birthday? Well, happy birthday to your dad, Slowpoke. Let your dad know that everyone here is so happy it's his birthday, and thank you for having a wonderful child. Or something less weird. Worldwide, it's the rarest? Okay. So it doesn't have anything to do with it. It's just it's not even odds. It's not that each one of them has a 33% chance of showing up. Interesting that it's in reverse Pokedex order too. Oh my gosh, Aerodactyl. Only 1 point separated all of them. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking because anytime I say something, Matthew just, contradicts me and says, "No, Hefty, you're wrong and probably stupid, and you smell like old Band-Aids." And I mean, that's a really rude thing to say, Matthew. Just for what it's worth. Not another Regitato. This better not be a Regitato. We're barely a quarter of the way to Regitato right now. So hope your Aerodactyl doesn't go to your Ladius hunt. Oh, I don't want it to. No, Matthew, I'm just teasing you. Can I rate your edit you did on the Eurofighter? 10 out of 10. No, Sir Ralph, we have not. We're going to be doing pack openings and guess the plush and guess the Marvel superhero in about 10 to 15 minutes. So you're in plenty of time. You love my sarcassitude? Thank you. It's my greatest asset. Without looking at it, well, if you did it, German Aviator, I know it's a 10 out of 10. Also, I'm streaming right now, so I can't really go check out and edit. Is anyone else shiny hunting right now? I know Matthew's working on some dino eggs. Unless the shiny Vivian and shiny Salandit are currently the rare shinies, 0.3% of players have one. I have yet to see a shiny Scatterbug, but I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that I never open gifts. You're going to be leaving soon, so you can't shiny hunt. Uh-oh, someone silly. My nose is tickling. Not sure if they reverted Chai Slant. Oh, that's right. I remember hearing about that. Back at the Muku SOS, Jerry, that's very interesting. Tell me your strat. I've been working on hatching Soul Rock since the 26th of May. Can't play as much as normal, so it's taking extra long. You know, it's funny you say that, Sir Ralph. I will never forget this. You know how some hunts just stick with you? I was newborn baby life. First off, that's incredible, and congratulations. But I get it. When uh, when I moved into this house back in 2022, I was in the midst of a Masuda hunt for Soul Rock, and it went for probably, I mean, off and on. I'm not talking straight. It went off and on for probably about 2 weeks, and I'll never forget it. I had just finished setting up my bedroom, like all the furniture in the bedroom, and got the TV set up. And Gage Perez was streaming because it was the middle of the afternoon. So I put Gage on the TV, and I was watching him while I was hatching eggs, and that's when the Sol Rock finally shone. You have a big panda with leftovers. Heals a lot of health. Okay, nice. Remember that dream I told you about Oscar? Well, it became half true. Dog Sid, the in-laws doggo last night and woke up some horrendous mess. Oh no, Kieran. Oh no. It was a vision. Well, thankfully, Kieran, my dream has not come true yet, but now you got me nervous. Yeah, Matthew, it's the ability. The ability is what makes it a pain in the butt. There's a couple ways around it, but yeah, having a big old panda with leftovers, I mean, it'll take care of it. A premonition, I love it. It's better shine soon, Jensen. I'm with you. It better. Hope I can replicate your luck and hatch this shiny during the stream before you leave for the shop. That would be incredible, Ralph. Crap happens. That's right. The guy, what's up? Worry seed. Um, I can't remember if innards out is one of the abilities that like can't be changed. I can't remember. Um, oh yeah, that'd just be the for the color anyway. True. So I can't remember the exact move, but I know like one very common strat is there's a move that will poison it. What is it? Anyway, the idea is that it's been so long. The idea is that you false swipe it. Oh no, toxic spikes. Duh, toxic spikes. You throw toxic spikes and then you false swipe it, and then the spikes, which will have poisoned it by that point, will take out the last HP. Mighty Munchkin, thank you for the new like goal, and thank you all for the likes. Yeah, it does have counter though, so you still want to have something with health because you're still gonna have to wait for it to do its turn before the poison knocks it out. But yeah, if the poison knocks it out, then innards out won't proc. Ability only activates when it's knocked out, like aftermath ability. Exactly, exactly. If it's knocked out via burn or poison, then it won't go off. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not saying what Jerry's doing is wrong. If it's working for Jerry, it's working for Jerry. I just remember that that's one of those hunts that like you need to decide on a setup before you do it. Because I think innards out. I can't remember exactly how it calculates the damage. It's either a set percentage of its health or a set percentage of your health or something like that. But it can do big damage if you're not ready for it. There's no reliable ghost type with false swipe. I mean, define reliable. If I'm going up against something that a ghost type is very helpful against, I'll bust out my Decidueye. It's the full health. Okay, yeah. So innards out will deal damage equal to the Pyukumuku's health. Oh yeah, and Alola Marowak too. I can't believe I forgot about Alola Marowak. I'm out of practice, as you can tell. I love SOS hunts, but I'm out of practice. It's been a while. I haven't done SOS hunts since we got the Mawile on this channel. Forgot Decidueye exists, but think about it. It's one of your false swipers. Yeah, um, I have a Pangoro. I have a Decidueye. I have an Absol. Uh, I have an Alola Marowak. I think those are my false swipers. And depending on the hunt, will determine which one I'll use. Good lineup. Thank you, Cheese. And then I use my Alolan Executor to skill swap Harvest. And then I'll either use a Blacephalon or an Alakazam to um, trick the Lepaberry onto it. And the reason why I have Trick on a separate Pokemon is for standard common hunts, the ones you don't really need a set for, like any of your like Route 1 call rate of 15 hunts, where it's just a matter of like you don't have to worry about anything. I'll just use my little Executor. So like I'll skill swap Harvest onto the Caller. Then I'll change to Blacephalon, trick the Lepaberry onto the Caller, and then go back to Alolan Executor. And now both my Pokemon and the Caller have Harvest and a Lepaberry. So then it's just spamming that A button until the shiny shows up. Pangoro and Decidueye, I think Garchomp too, since it was your first level 100 mon in that game. Granbull's your Intimidate mon. Yeah, Granbull. I have a Granbull and I have a Salamence. Um, I got to be honest. I don't think I realized that Garchomp has false swipe, but that makes perfect sense. Pokestar, good morning. And then I have a male Cute Charm Stuffle and a female Cute Charm Clefairy. Comp has some natural bulk too. Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed. I've never even thought about it. Need another Harvest Trevenant for Sword and Shield. Gotta hunt the Gen 8 Reggie soon. Do it. I mean, the nice thing about Harvest Trevenants in Sword and Shield is, you can just get a regular one and then go use an ability cap. Or I can never remember what the difference is between ability capsule and ability patch. I can't remember which one's which. Just pre-ordered your copy of Legends EA. Nice. Did you get it off the Pokemon Center website, or did you get it from somewhere else? All right, we'll take this up to 4,700, and then we'll do the pocket packs and guess the plush and all that. Website, you got the Chikorita plush. Oh, did it give you the option to choose? I thought it was gonna be a random selection. How quickly do games arrive if you pre-order them through Pokemon Center? I've never pre-ordered a game from Pokemon Center. But I would imagine it's probably pretty similar to like an Amazon where there's kind of like a chance you get it on release day. There's a chance you get it like the day after release day. So, Pokestar, did you choose Chikorita or did you pre-order it and then they told you got Chikorita? Yeah, I didn't do the pre-order on Pokemon Center because I thought it was random, and the only plush I need out of those three is Tepig. So there's like a 66% chance that I get something I already had. They told you. Okay, all right. So it is still quote unquote random, but they do tell you before you receive it what you're going to get. At least there's that. Yeah, so that's why I haven't pre-ordered mine for the Pokemon Center, just because the bonus, I mean, there's a very large chance the pre-order bonus isn't going to mean anything to me. So I wanted to wait and see if anybody else was offering some good pre-order bonuses before I did the pre-order. And also, I would prefer to do in-person pre-order so that I can physically go to the store like GameStop and pick it up the day it comes out. Old Nintendo dude, what's going on, man? How you doing? Good to see you. How was stream last night? Maybe it's the boomer in you, but there's something satisfying about going to the store and release day to buy your copy. Oh, I agree. It's a very nice feeling. Um, I remember when Scarlet and Violet came out, I actually did the whole midnight release thing at GameStop. That was such a pain in the butt, though. I hated every second of it. But it was cool to actually like get handed the games, get in the car, turn the light on, the dome light on, take a look at the games. You're excited to be working again this summer. Sweet. What are you gonna be doing? Also, this is going to be the last check before we open up packs. Let's see if we got it on Shield. Tried your best to stay on task and avoid squirrels. Good job. All right, not shiny. Um, let's do the in-game music. Working with horses, very cool. The midnight release for Scarlet Violet 2. Picked up Violet, drove home, and went straight to bed. I did the same thing. I picked up. I actually got. I got the double pack. I got the double pack. Popped it open. Took a look at the cases. Went home and then went to sleep. They're racing horses. That's cool. All right, it's time to open up some pocket packs. I will see you guys over there. Let's see if this works or if it's going to give me an error on the camera again. Nope, no error today. All right, let me turn on the light. Let's open up some packs. I think we can open up 4 packs today. Got a console release since you were a kid. I don't think I've ever been to a console release. I've been to a couple of game releases. I don't think I've ever been to a console release. Other than I guess like the morning of for the Switch 2. I still never fixed the NN. Yeah, because it's a picture. And I'm still mad at Hefty Dad for pointing that out to everybody. Here we go. In Fortnite for Father's Day, they released Bob from Bob's Burgers, Cleveland from the Cleveland Show, and Hank from King of the Hill. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see if we get something. Tyler Shanks, what's going on, man? Glad you're doing well. Enjoy your games today. All right, we got Stuffle. We got Blitzel. We got Lillipup. We got Dartrix, and we got a Beast Wall. All right, first pack, full of stink. Here we go, second pack. We got Zergatry. You got a new card, nice. We got Kartana. We got Kartana. We got Poiple. Is this going to be all Ultra Beasts? Last card is... Nope, it's Tapu Koko. New card for me, though. Very excited about that. 4 Ultra Beasts and a Tapu Koko. Tyler, King of Monster, welcome back, buddy. All right, I got 5 base cards left to get in the set. And we can open up 2 more packs. You got like 6 Celesteela illustration rares and you don't want any more. Mewtwo, I feel your pain. I have 3 different, not even illustration rares, just full arts. I got 3 full arts. I have an Alolan Meowth, I have 2 Rowlets, and I have 4 Blacephalons. I don't know why I can't get anything else. Come back chasing the gold Charizard and Genetic Apex, so your winter packs are going to be trash. Yeah, sounds like they will be. But there might be a couple of like alt arts or something in your packs that I might want. Tyler, we did not get it yet, but halfway through the stream or at some point during the stream, usually take a little break, open up some packs, and then we'll get back to the hunting. All right, here we go. We got another Blitzel. We got Krokorok, Phantom, Blacephalon, and the final card. Another Tapu Koko. What even the heck is that? Well, maybe after the next pack, I can trade a Tapu Koko to somebody for another Tapu. That seems like a fair trade. All right, we got 1 pack left. Let's get some last pack luck in the chat. Double up, right? Right, John? Like DJ Khalid. Another one. All right, let's spin it. Tape Coco Day. You'll take the Coco, Mighty Munchkin? All right, we got Passimian, Petalil, Crocodile, Stuffle, and Nihilego. All right, well, at least we got Tapu Koko. I'm happy about that. My luck with this set hasn't been great, and I feel like the only good cards I've gotten have been when I'm streaming with all y'all. John, I have not gotten the immersive Buzzwole yet. So for the immersives, I had the immersive Charizard, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Celebi, and Lily. I got Lily in the last set, but that was it. All right, we're gonna switch back. Okay, we're back. And the only gold card I have is still the Pokeball. You got 2 immersive Buzzwole on your phone? Lucky. You missed me? Well, thank you, old Nintendo dude. All right, it is now time for Guess the Plush. This is the part of the stream where I tell you that I have a Pokemon plush sitting in front of me, and you have to guess it. And one on the alt account? Come on now. Coco Loco. It is not Salamence. It's not Ditto. Aerodactyl, no. Totodile, no. Tapu Koko, no. Young Nintendo Lad, yes. Yes, Young Nintendo Lad. An old Nintendo dude. You've obviously not read their adventures. Not Omanite, not Pikachu. It's not a Night Fury. Not Pichu, not Charizard. Not Ludicolo. Uh, you have Pokemon Shield, Tyler? Very nice. It's not a Hefty. It's not Decidueye. Alright, I will give you guys a clue. This... I'm going to fact check myself before I say something incorrect. I want to fact check myself because I was wrong. Here's your clue. It is a fairy type Pokemon. It's not Fletchling, not Diglett. There's a young Nintendo gal, but she's not committed yet. Working on it. Nice. Not Torchic. Not Tinkatongue. Not Mega Altario. Not Sylveon. Not Rabombi. I want a Rabombi. Not Clefairy. Not Sylveon. Not Jigglypuff. Not Morlul. Not Florges. Not Clefable. Not Ralts. Not Snubble. Not Jigglypuff. Not Swirlix. Not Zacian. Not Tapu Lele. Not Wigglytuff. Not Slurpuff. Not Gramble. Not Impidimp. I want an Impidimp. Not Togekiss. Not Cleffa. Not Xerneas. Not Tapu Koko. Not Togepi. I want a Togepi. Not Togetic. We got 3 Togetics in a row. Alright, here's your second clue. Not Chikorita. Here's your second clue. It's a Gen 9 Pokemon. It's not Fido. It's not Magearna. It's not Tapu Bulu, Lele, or Finny. What are the hints? Gen 9 Fairy type. Not Screamtail, not Doxbun, not Tinkaton. Not Tinkatuff. But Mighty Munchkin is correct. It is Tinkatink. Hefty Mom actually found this in the store a couple weeks ago and sent it to me. So this one came straight from Hefty Mom. Sir Ralph also got it. Good job to Mighty Munchkin and Sir Ralph. It does look like a Barbie. That's fair. Found at Walgreens. It might have been Walgreens. It certainly might have been Walgreens. All right. Now it is time for Guess the Marvel Superhero. And I got a feeling this one's going to take a while. Suddenly have a suspicion it might be Tinkatink. I think you might be right. It's not Spider-Man. Not Batman. Or Batwoman. Not Wolverine. Not Moon Knight. As soon as you're Gen 9, you stop guessing. Fair. It's not Batman. Not Superman. It's not Hulk. It's not Squirrel Girl. It's not the Avengers. Not Miss Marvel, not Spider-Man, not Batman, not Quicksilver, not Ant-Man, not Nova. July 25th is going to be great. It's going to be fantastic, Eric. Good morning to you. Not Fantastic Four, not Shadow the Hedgehog, not Doctor Strange. Not Heatran, not Deadpool, not Cyclops, not Thor, not Invaders. Dang, Big Cheese going deep in the lore. Not Stan Lee, not Magneto, not Captain America. Not Venom, not Jubilee, not Scarlet Witch, not the Defenders. I'll give you guys a clue. This character had a television show. Not the Fantastic Four. Not Iron Man. Not Green Lantern. Eric, not so generic with the 25 months of membership. Let's get some hype for Eric. Not Robin, not Wanda, not Jessica Jones, but Big Cheese Thrifts is right. It is, in fact, Iron Fist. I'm very excited about this one. I was hoping to get this one. I've been wanting to get this one for a while. I did get it this week. The Fury of Iron Fist. This is not only Epic Collection 1, all the Iron Fist comics from 74 to 77, but it is, in fact, his entire series. It's got all the issues from Marvel Premiere 15 to 25. Then you got his own series, which lasted 15 issues, and it has all of that. You can see here. Bring Iron Fist back. I really like Iron Fist. I personally think they did him very dirty in the TV show. But yep, there's his first appearance in Marvel Premiere, beating up some karate guys. And then he was in a bunch of issues of Marvel Premiere, and then what was that here? And then here was his first issue where Iron Fist fought Iron Man. Iron Fist and Shang-Chi have a huge mad respect for each other. It's true, they do. And then here's something that's really cool. You might not know this, but Iron Fist is where Sabretooth first appeared. This has the first appearance of Sabretooth as well. And see, there he is. There's his first appearance. Sonic and DC are currently having a crossover. I heard about that. That's pretty neat. Do I get half points for the show he was in Spider-Man? Yes, you get half points, Bookstar. Absolutely. The show was good, but you're sad when it got canceled. I liked the actor. I didn't like how he portrayed Danny. I think there's a difference between seeming aloof and naive. And I think that sometimes that show didn't know the difference. Surprise Superman movies are getting a ton of hype. I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited about it. And the more I see Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, the more sold I am on him being Lex. I wasn't sure what to think at first, but the more footage I see, the more I think he could actually probably do a good job. I love that second trailer they showed, the one that starts off with Lois interviewing him as Superman, and just that dialogue back and forth was so great. Iron Fist was smart. Yeah, exactly. Iron Fist was a smart guy, and I think sometimes in the show he just didn't seem to be using his brains as much as he should. If you say before you restore the amber and reset, yes, Mighty Munchkin. Yep. So like, let's say you have one fossil, you have one old amber, go to the fossil guy, save before you talk to him, and then every time you give him the fossil, it re-rolls to see if it's going to be shining. Trailers are neat, but traditionally since the Reeves era as Superman, anything has been flop. Well, I mean, everything since the Reeves era hasn't been good. I think the difference is actually making a Superman movie, which I don't think they've done since the Reeves era. I don't know. I'm optimistic. I mean, James Gunn is, I think he's proven that he has what it takes. Whether he'll actually follow through, we'll see. But I trust James. Yeah, not writing total garbage, exactly. The show is like a giant parody of Deadpool jokes. What? Iron Fist? I don't know if I go that far. Gunn did great with the Guardians. I also thought he did a great job with Suicide Squad. Aerodactyl is a nickname. Sanica Media? I like that. That's pretty cool. Smallville was ugh. I mean, Smallville wasn't high quality, but I enjoyed it. Uh, yeah, I mean, geez, I'm agreeing with you on all of that. I'm not arguing a single point you're making, other than the fact that I did enjoy Smallville despite it not being well done. Oh, Spider-Man. Oh. You talking about Ultimate Spider-Man? Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that series. I thought Spectacular Spider-Man was a great animated series. Um, and the Spider-Man show from the 90s was really good. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of Ultimate Spider-Man. Holy potatoes, where the heck is the shiny at? When will we see a Brett in the credits for a Marvel movie? I'm sure there's already been a Brett in the credits. I just hate it for the diehard fans of DC. Anything they basically get screwed every chance they can buy the media output. Yeah. I mean, I think since the beginning, DC slash Warner Brothers kind of won at it incorrectly. I think they have a chance to get it back on the right track now with James Gunn. I will say this though. While I do think that historically the Marvel movies have been better than the DC movies, as much as I love Marvel, I got no illusions about this. DC is far, far superior when it comes to animated projects. I don't care if you're talking about the Bruce Timm verse. I don't care if you're talking about Teen Titans. I don't care if you're talking about the straight to video movies. Uh, they do a great job with animation. Well, Spider-Man in the '90s. When you think of Spider-Man, that's where your mind goes. That was a great series. That was a really good series. Good thing, and let's go Pikachu Eevee, you have boosted shiny odds. You do have boosted shiny odds with the shiny charm, Mighty Munchkin, but that will not affect the fossils. The Aerodactyl will still be a 1 in 4096. I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know we got some smart people in here. In any game with a shiny charm, any gift Pokemon are not affected. I don't think there's ever been a case where a gift Pokemon, or in other words, a Pokemon that you were just handed without having to catch, I don't think any gift Pokemon has ever been affected by Shiny Charm. So like that's what I'm having to do on the top switch. Since I'm just handed this Aerodactyl, the Aerodactyl is a 1 in 4096. But on the bottom switch, since I'm hunting it, since it's a wild encounter, it is a 1 in 1365 because I have the Shiny Charm. Yeah, as far as I know, Mighty Munchkin, um, as far as I know, Sword and Shield are the only games where you can get an Aerodactyl that will be affected by the shiny charm. Titan Show, they ruined it by making them cheap. Yeah, I like Teen Titans. I'm not a fan of Teen Titans Go. I don't know what the deal is with that. I also liked Young Justice, although I still have to watch the fourth season. And I really like that Green Lantern show they had on about the same time as Young Justice. I didn't get a chance to like watch the whole thing, but I watched a decent amount of episodes and it seemed like they were doing a good job with that. More like Teen Titans Go Home, am I right? Oh my gosh. True. Yeah, the original Teen Titans show was great. I'm not a big fan of Teen Titans Go. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read from multiple sources back when Teen Titans, Justice League, and Green Lantern were canceled that the decision to cancel them was because they weren't leading to enough toy sales, which is just sad. Actually, Titans may have naturally ended by that point. Maybe it was just Young Justice and Green Lantern that got canceled. Teen Titans Go is the one you started watching. Never really watched the original, but that's because you were a kiddo. I mean, that's fair. I'm not trying to, yuck anybody's yum or say that, you have bad taste if you enjoy something that I don't. But um, yeah, I like the original Teen Titans was so much more. I mean, we're still talking about cartoon, but it's so much of a more of an adult show, mature show, I guess would be the case. I thought the writing was really well. They didn't hold back a lot of punches. Um, they treated its audience with respect. And then Teen Titans Go, they kind of like took the same characters and just kind of made them silly, which works for a certain age range. If I meet somebody that says, "Oh, you know what? I got into comic books because as a kid, when I was 5, 6 years old, I really liked Teen Titans Go." I would say, "Well, that's fantastic. Now let's go get you into some good comic books." But as someone that enjoyed Teen Titans and then seeing Teen Titans Go, it was a step down. Like, I'm not the hugest fan of the Star Wars prequel trilogy, but I understand that for a lot of people, that might have been how they first got into Star Wars. And other than saying, I'm sorry your parents failed you so badly that you didn't see the original trilogy before the prequels, I can't really say anything about them enjoying the prequel trilogy because that might have been their first experience. Exactly, Pokestar. Exactly. I did watch. Well, yeah, I did watch two shows last weekend since I wasn't streaming on Sunday. I finished watching The Studio on Apple Plus. That was hilarious. The Studio with Seth Rogen. That was a great show. And I watched all of The Pit on HBO Max, which is also a great show. Highly recommend both those shows. Both those shows definitely mature audiences only. We were watching Return of the Sith in theaters as a kid, and seeing it 20 years later was a complete nostalgia bomb, and you loved it. That's awesome, John. I will say, out of the prequel trilogy, I liked Revenge of the Sith the most. For all the grief I give the prequels, I will say I felt they really stuck the landing on bridging the gap between the prequels and A New Hope. I thought they did a really good job setting everything up, like putting all the pieces in place for A New Hope to take place. And I remember the day, like I saw Revenge of the Sith in the theater on a Friday, and then the next day on Saturday, I turned on A New Hope, and I noticed a line I never really thought about in all the years that I watched it, all the times I watched it. Early on in the movie, Darth Vader is talking to somebody, and they're like, "Oh, the Senate won't stand for this." And Vader said, the Emperor, don't worry, the Emperor's taking care of it. There is no Senate anymore. And that line had a lot more. It it had a lot more resonation after watching Revenge of the Sith. I guess that's a teensy tiny itty bitty little spoiler, Pokestar, but I won't say anything more about it. You don't think any exposure to something well revered is good, but hopefully the exposure doesn't stop there. No spoilers. The movie's 20 years old. What I think about Star Wars shoehorning Hayden Christensen into the old Star Wars, I feel bad for, I can't remember the dude's name, the guy that originally played Anakin at the very end of Return of the Jedi. Um, he's lost. He's lost to hubris. I mean, I mean, I didn't like it, but like I understood why at the time that at the time that Lucas uh, re-released Return of the Jedi. I understand why he did it. There's a lot of things Lucas did that I don't understand why he did, but nah, I preferred it with the older guy. I remember seeing the remastered or reimagined or whatever you want to call it, the re-released Star Wars movies in the theater back in like 96, 97. And I will say, Empire Strikes Back, I don't remember any added stuff in Empire Strikes Back that made me cringe. There's a lot of stuff in A New Hope and Return of the Jedi that I didn't like, but I don't remember anything being added to Empire that I felt was egregious. Return of the Shorts and all the merchandise. I want to see more. I saw the announcement video with Mel Brooks. Um, I want to see more. I've been burned so many times on classic movies from my childhood getting a sequel like decades later that I'm trying to keep my expectations grounded. And I will say they're gonna have big shoes to fill with no John Candy and no Joan Rivers. I feel the same way about the new Naked Gun movie. I thought the teaser trailer for Naked Gun looked great, but I'm very trepidatious. Who's gonna play Barf? Exactly, exactly. It's gonna be tough to replace John Candy and Joan Rivers. So high for 28 years later next week. I think this week I might rewatch 28 Days Later, and I honestly can't remember if I ever saw 28 Weeks Later. And also, why didn't we get a 28 Months Later? And also, how cool would it have been if they would have waited like 7 more years and released 28 years later, 28 years after 28 days later? Huge miss PR opportunity, right? We didn't get 28 Mississippi's later. Jerry makes a good point. Maybe that'll be the prequel. It's kind of wild though. I was thinking about this morning. So like if you look at the titles, right? 28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later, we basically go from like a month later, 6 months later, 3 decades later. That's wild. Yeah, I know. I honestly cannot remember if I saw 28 weeks later. Got on suspension of belief with these movies. That's right. Years give a better opportunity to flesh out the story more and give more of a background story of wild things happen. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not. I didn't mean that as like a slight against it. It's just wild if you think about it. Like how far, like how much later compared to what we've already seen. I mean, like the first two movies we saw like together about 6 months worth of what happened. The last time we saw it was 6 months after the outbreak. This is 3 decades. That's wild. I think it's actually a really cool idea. In a way, it's kind of like what The Walking Dead was eventually supposed to be. Um, like I've read the entire Walking Dead comic series. Really enjoyed it. It originally wasn't supposed to have like an ending. I mean, now things will change over like 20 years of writing it, of course. But the original idea behind The Walking Dead that Robert Kirkman came up with was, we see all these zombie movies, and it's always like dealing with the outbreak, with the apocalypse. But what he thought would be really interesting is how does society rebuild from that? And so that was the concept behind The Walking Dead. It wasn't dealing. It was never about dealing with the apocalypse. It's about how to move on. And eventually he did end it, and I completely understand after doing that for, literally almost 20 years, I would probably want to move on too. But, the series almost to, well, I want to say real time, but like there weren't really many time jumps in the series. But then in the very last issue, it time jumped like 15 years into the future. To kind of like give the characters some wrap up. So that's why I think 28 years later is a really interesting idea because it's kind of like fulfilling what Walking Dead was hoping to do. The Walking Dead too long didn't read. Where's Rick? Yeah, pretty much. 20 weeks later had the same start as Walking Dead with Hospital. Yeah, I think. In fact, I think Kirkman even said that the beginning of Walking Dead was supposed to be an homage to 28 Days Later. Gotta head to Brekkie with Mom. Have a good one and enjoy the rest of the stream. Jerry, have a great Brekkie with Mom. Tell her I said hello, and I'm going to be DMing you and Matthew later about something. Also, that sub count is now up to 2108. You obviously must like hearing me ramble on about zombies and comic books. If that was you, please let me know so I can say thank you very much. Getting us one sub closer to our sub goal of the weekend of 2110. DMs are open. They better be. You've watched all Walking Dead and a couple of the spin-offs, and look, you're still waiting for a finish off. Is what is still airing in the Walking Dead universe? Are there any shows that are still actively making new episodes? I know Walking Dead's done. I think Fear the Walking Dead's done. Is and then like Daryl got a spin-off, right? Is the Daryl spin-off still going? I started watching The Walking Dead after the third season. Walking Dead City, that's something that's still active. Where the heck is this shiny at? This is nuts. Oh my gosh, that sub count went up again. Thank you very much, getting us one closer. If you sub today, please let me know so I can say thank you. Unless you don't want to. You honestly don't know because at this point you just want the main thing to end. We're waiting on. They're making a Rick movie. Rick movie is the wrap up to the main series. Interesting. I hadn't heard that. Is it going to be like an actual like theater release movie, or is it just going to be like a TV movie? The ones that live. That's a currently airing show too. I mean, it's a very successful franchise. I'm not taking anything away from that. There's so much you can do with zombies nowadays, and just keep replaying the same stuff. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that gets stale after a while. I think one of my favorite zombie movies I've ever seen has got to be Warm Bodies. I thought that was great. Like, it was really funny, but it was also like emotional, and also I thought really interesting how they treated the zombies. I don't know if Matthew Snyder's still here, but I watched a movie last night that Matthew Snyder told me about called Clown. It's currently on Netflix. It's a horror movie. It's rated R. But what I thought was interesting about that movie is that, like, with the lore of the movie, it could have been any creature. Like, about halfway through it, I was like, this could very easily be like a werewolf movie, for example. Um, like it could have worked with any type monster really, but they chose to make it a clown, which I thought was pretty funny. Can't wait for the new Terrifier to come out and explain Art the Clown's backstory. That's one franchise I have not seen yet that I need to. I've talked about this before, and then I never do anything about it. When Terrifier 3 was getting ready to hit the theaters and everyone was talking about it, I thought, okay, I need to just go and watch the first two Terrifiers so I know what everyone's talking about. And at that time, Terrifier wasn't streaming anywhere. Only Terrifier 2. And I was like, well, that's not going to happen because I'm not going to jump into the second movie. So I kind of forgot about it. And now Terrifier is streaming, but Terrifier 3, at least as of about 2 months ago, is not streaming anywhere. I just can't catch a break. But I guess at this point, I guess Terrifier would be like the only big horror franchise I've never seen any movies from. I was watching a reaction channel yesterday, watching Freddy vs. Jason in honor of Friday the 13th. And I hadn't seen that movie since it came out in the theaters. And upon rewatch, it actually held up better than I thought it would. I remember not being very happy with Freddy vs. Jason when I first saw it, but I think I just had my expectations too high. Can't wait for Tremors 12. Is that how many they're up to now? I think I've seen 1, 2, and like 7. I remember watching a random Tremors movie on Netflix last year. I don't even know which one it was. But I think it took place in Alaska. I think it had to do with like snow and ice. But I know that Michael Gross was still in it. It was also Jason's birthday. Really? June 13th. That's wild. That must happen, what, once every 6 years, 7 years, 8 years? That June 13th would be on a Friday? I love how many Sharknado movies there are. Like, some of these franchises go for so long putting out low effort fruit. What time do they hang it up? When they stop making money, I guess. I saw the first one and I had to admit that it was entertaining. I watched the second one and had to admit that I wasted an hour and a half of my life. Let's all say happy birthday, Jason. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, Jason Voorhees. Come on, Aerodactyl. Why are you being a butt? Stupid spoofs. Yeah, but there's a difference. Like for me, there's a difference between like there's okay. Here's another way I can put it. There's a huge difference between Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder when it comes to the tone. Like the Sharknado franchise, like one of those things where like they found something that ended up being popular and successful and buzzworthy, and then they just milked as much as they could out of it. without really adding anything new. Payback for copying out early on Heracross? Probably so, John. Probably so. We're actually getting very close to where we give up on Heracross. We made it to 5,000 checks on the Heracross. And like, if we're talking about like spoof movies, like I'm a huge fan of like Airplane and the Naked Gun movies and Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Even Not Another Teen Movie is one of my favorite spoof movies ever. But then you look at movies like superhero movie or epic movie or any of the scary movies after Scary Movie 2, and they're not great spoofs. The first two scary movies were pretty good. When you get to the point where your spoof movie is 95% references to contemporary movies, that's when you lose me. Because in about 6 months, you're no longer going to be relevant. Those references aren't going to be relevant. At least with the first couple of scary movies, they were referencing either movies that were already regarded as like classics and iconic, or they were making fun of generalized horror movie tropes, like not specific to one particular movie. Like look at Scary Movie 2. The whole concept about the house and everything that's been done 100 times. It wasn't referencing any one movie. SOS Pincer, you can. It's going to be tough. It's got a call rate of 3. I mean, the actual pincer fight is pretty simple if I remember correctly. I'm not even sure if it has a bug move. If you just KO the pincers that are called in with a ghost Pokemon, I don't even think it can touch you. But with the call rate of 3, it's gonna take a while. Um, because that means on average, 1 out of every 3 or 4 turns, it's going to try to call in a Pokemon. That doesn't even mean that someone's going to respond. Come on. Where's the shiny at? New Jurassic Park coming out? I mean, I'll probably eventually see it. I gotta get caught up I watched the first two Jurassic Worlds. I didn't see the third one. I don't think they're like I don't think the Jurassic World movies are as good as the original Jurassic Park. Although I also don't think that Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 were as good as Jurassic Park. But I find them entertaining. Like I don't feel like every movie I want to watch has to be like, a 9 out of 10. So I enjoy them. I think they're fun action movies. But yeah, I don't remember why, but I didn't see the third one, so I want to watch that one before the new one comes out. I'll see it, and I'll probably be entertained. What about you, Pokestar? Whole new cast and story. Yeah, it's got Scarlett Johansson in it, and is it Mashara Ali? Is he in it? I can never pronounce his first name right. I think he's in it, isn't he? Come on, Aerodactyl. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'll probably see it. I don't know if I'm going to go to the theater to see it, but I'll eventually see it, certainly. Sir Ralph, thank you so much for the shiny luck. How's the Masuda hatching going? What is even going on with this hunt? I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to question if I'm doing this right. I'm getting that shiny hunter madness. I'm questioning if I'm doing this right. There's literally no way I can screw it up. A little weary of it because the end of the movie's off really nice in the last movie. Oh, did they? Yeah, I gotta see it. How can you do it wrong? You can't. You can't do it wrong. But that's not gonna stop my brain from thinking I am because it's taking so long. Leaving out for the shot, and unfortunately without the shiny. Ralph, I hope you get it. I hope you get home after work, and I hope the first egg you hatch is a shiny. Old Nintendo, thank you for the shiny luck. Okay, this is a spot check. That on the Switch on the bottom screen, the one that we just checked was a female. The one before it was a male. So yep, it is. It is different spawns. So there's literally nothing I'm doing wrong. I hope I'm right too. I don't like being wrong. What's the best way to hunt shiny Ladius? Pokestar, what games do you have? Let me know which Pokemon games you have, and I'll tell you the best way for you to hunt it. Did I do my ritualistic sacrifice? Yeah. Every day I stream, 5 minutes before the stream, I do the sacrifice. No sparkles? No sparkles yet, Billy. Just the sparkles in your eyes. Check 4900, not shiny. I am very happy that the game loads faster on the Switch too. Sparkles in your eyes. You demand to see this dinosaur's manager. You ordered shiny 3 streams ago. I can't believe they would dare keep you waiting, Billy. Imagine we get all the way to Legend ZA and this Aerodactyl still hasn't shown up. Imagine we're hunting this for the next 5 months. Or 4 months. 4 months. It comes out October, right? Scarlet Sword, Arceus, XY Brilliant Diamond, and Pearl. Okay. So your best bet is going to be your best bet. Do you have the DLC for Sword? That'd be ridiculous. It would be. What's going on, Chem Nation? Good morning to you. Think I should challenge Nick to this, but in reverse for my order. Ooh, that'd be interesting. The revival tech this game has. Can you imagine being able to restore fossils for other Pokemon with Careless? Like you give her an old Amber and a Dome fossil, and you get some weird cross between Aerodactyl and Kabuto. That'd be pretty crazy. All right, so Pokestar 101, your best bet is going to be in the Dynamax Adventures in Pokemon Sword. Now, Ladius is a Shield exclusive. So what that means is you're going to want to find somebody that has a Ladius path online, do a Dynamax adventure with them, and then save that path. Then you can hunt for Ladius on Sword all you want. If that's going to be an issue, then you're going to want to do, unfortunately, Brilliant Diamond or Pearl in Romanus Park. I say unfortunately because even with the Shiny Charm, it will be 1 in 4096 odds. So if possible, Dynamax Adventures and Sword is going to be the best bet. If not, it's going to be a reset hunt in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. And I can't remember if that's exclusive or not. I don't think. How does that work? Because I never did Romanus Park. Are there version exclusive legendaries in Romanus Park? You have the DLC in Sword? Okay, yeah. So you're going to want to find someone that has a Ladius path and do a Dynamax adventure with them. There are? Interesting. So Ladius might not even be. Well, you said you have both of them, right? You have Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? Okay, so yeah. We would just have to figure out which one of those games. Okay, they are not version exclusive. I mean, there are version exclusive legendaries in BDSP, but Ladius are not version exclusive. So you can hunt for Ladius in either one. Do I think they'll remaster Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the Switch too, like they did Diamond and Pearl for the Switch? I don't know. I don't know when. I can't give you like answer of a time frame. Not that you asked for it. I think that eventually we will get to the point where they will remake the Johto games. I think that will happen. I don't know in what way, shape, or form. I don't know if it'll be a remaster of Heart Gold Soul Silver. I don't know if it will be a remaster of Crystal, a remaster of uh, Gold and Silver, just the OGs. I don't know if it would be like in a different format, like Let's Go, or a completely brand new look. But I do think they will make another game based off of the storyline and mechanics of those games. Yes. That's your last Pokemon, your 47 list? Oh, sweet. I mean, they also could surprise everybody and do, you know, ports of the original games. Like, I know there's been talk in the community about how much people would like, a Switch 2 cartridge that has all of the Gen 1 through 3 games on it. Maybe they'll do, they'll consider that like the Heart Gold re-release. Or maybe they'll do a DS compilation of Gens 4 and 5. You think after the BDSP kerfuffle, it'll be a Black 2 or Diamond remake? Um, Black White 2 Diamond, Black or White 2 or Diamond remake. Why would they remake Diamond again? Yeah, I don't know why so many people were shocked and upset. Oh, Crystal. I don't know why so many people were shocked and upset that BDSP wasn't a um, remake of Platinum. Fire Red and Leaf Green weren't remakes of Yellow. Heart Gold Soul Silver weren't remakes of Crystal. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire weren't remakes of Emerald. So I don't know why people expected them to remake Platinum. I'm not shiny. Because it makes logical sense. All right, I think we're going to take this up to 5,000 today. A nice even 5,000. Would you rather have a remake your favorite game era without quality of life updates and content, or the vanilla version? It's like asking for a swirl soft serve and getting one flavor. Well, there was quality of life updates. That's the thing that, well, okay. I know this isn't what you're saying, Big Cheese. I know that's not what you're saying, but it just reminded me. One thing I could never understand is that rumor that was going around about how BDSP was literally the same code as the original Diamond and Pearl. It obviously was not because there were a lot of differences. Um, the whole not needing to have HMs on Pokemon, that was a huge quality of life difference. Being able to access your boxes from anywhere in the world, that was a huge quality of life difference. The Grand Underground was completely different. Like, I didn't even realize there are some people out there that assume or misremembered that there were Pokemon in the Grand Underground in Diamond and Pearl. Some love for Johto behind this, besides the stars for ZA. I'm sure it'll eventually happen. Gonna go. All right, Mighty Munchkin. Have a great rest of your day. Platinum gave way more stuff that made that gen more better. I'm not disagreeing with that. That's just a straight up fact. But you can say the same thing about Crystal, and you can say the same thing about Emerald. You can say the same thing about Yellow. I don't know why people assumed that they were going to change the formula. BDSP botched the secret base. I didn't even. I spent maybe 20 minutes messing around with the secret base in BDSP. And I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more. I do honestly believe that if the shiny charm worked as it has in every other game in BDSP, and maybe if the Diglett bonus was 15 minutes instead of 5 minutes, there would still be people, myself included, shiny hunting in the Grand Underground. That had so much potential to be like the standard replayability factor for that game. Come on, shiny, hurry up. 3D graphics for a Johto remake, that'd be pretty awesome. I would definitely enjoy that. No shiny. Anybody got any big plans for the rest of the day? I will not be doing yard work because of the weather. We'll be doing some laundry. I got some shows I want to watch. You know, Johto didn't have the best Pokemon, but they still love playing as a team. Oh, I love it. There's very, very few Pokemon I would say that are not good, and I certainly wouldn't say that Generation doesn't have good Pokemon. In fact, some of my favorite Pokemon came from Johto. Yeah, John, I'll be streaming tomorrow. May go to the pool. Going to Rodizo for dinner. What type of a place is Rodizo? Maybe start a streaming channel. What? Might save an animal. Maybe watch the Minecraft movie. Wow, you have quite the Saturday ahead of you. Brazilian steakhouse. Interesting. I'm not sure what a Brazilian steak would be. I don't think I've ever eaten Brazilian food. John Strecker with the chicken jockey. All you can eat meat sweat fest. That sounds pretty good. Have your mom coming over for dinner? You're gonna surprise her with a day off from cooking? Oh, that's very sweet of you. I'm sure she'll appreciate that. You always get terrible meat sweats at Korean barbecue. Is there such thing as terrible meat sweats? I've never been. Cheese, are you surprised I've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse? Are you actually surprised? Have you never heard me talk about the food options where I live? We just got an Indian restaurant and it's open 2 days a week. We're a few months away from getting a Chick-fil-A. I travel. Well, I think probably back when I did move around, I would have been too young to have been interested in trying something new or venturing outside what I'm familiar with. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Chick-fil-A's, I mean, I've eaten Chick-fil-A before. I've definitely eaten it before. But yeah, we're just now getting one here. We just got a Popeyes 2 years ago and a Chipotle. We got Buffalo Wild Wings, I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago. We're moving up in the world. You prefer Raising Cane's over Chick-fil-A lately? I've heard Raising Cane's is pretty good. More like poop filet. Oh my goodness. Man, these resets are fast. I mean, that's one thing I can't complain about. This is a fast hunt. We have terrible luck with this hunt, but it is a very fast hunt. All right, we got 25 more checks. So what are you thinking, John Struckert? Is it going to be a buzzer beater? Buzzer beater possibly? Or possibility? I hope so. Shiny Hunt, let's go with hard resets. You can for the legendary birds of Mewtwo. I had to get 2 Mewtwo's and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee for this challenge, and that's how we did it with resets. Getting a Whataburger soon. I've never eaten at a Whataburger. I've heard people talk about it, but I've never had it. No shiny. No shiny. I really did not think that this whole challenge would come down to an extra long over odds hunt on Aerodactyl. And you know what? I put off Aerodactyl for so long. I didn't want to do this one for so long. What do you call a low-fat Pokemon? Butterfree. I love it. Thought it would have been one of the Ladius at the end. I mean, yeah, smart money would have been on Ladius, Latios, Mewtwo, or Rayquaza. There's a while there where I thought it was going to be Audino. Because those resets in Sword and Shield for Audino were so jank. And we were having like no luck even finding an Audino in the wormholes. If I had to do this all over again, maybe I would have started with Aerodactyl. Or Heracross. Which we will eventually go back to just for my own pride. No shiny. No shiny. Anyone play any Wind Waker on Switch 2 yet? I haven't fired it up yet. Maybe I'll do that later on today too. I've played through Wind Waker probably 3 or 4 times. A couple times on the original Wind Waker, and then a couple times on the remastered version for the Wii or Wii U, I think it was. I can't remember which one it was. And I've never completed a challenge that I always wanted to do, and that was take photos of everything. I wanted to finish out the photo library. No trading. No trading. All 46 of these have been hunted by me. Been chilling on Scarlet Violet doing hunts or dreading on the old Switch. I do want to do that too. I still have a handful of wild hunts I need to do in Scarlet and Violet, and a handful of Masuda hunts. Taking your dad to lunch tomorrow and then meeting up with some dad friends and chilling with the kids. That's awesome, Ralph. They're shiny. All right, we got 3 checks left. This is gonna be the last one on the Shield. No shiny on Shield. No shiny on Ultra Sun. We'll do one more. We'll do one more on Shield. One more on each. There we go. 5,000. We got 499.99 at the top. Not shiny. And 5,000 on the bottom. Not shiny. That means we will continue this tomorrow. Thank you guys all for being here. Appreciate you all so much. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day. Make good decisions. Make sure that do something nice for someone today, just because it's the right thing to do and for another reason. And we will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.